www.intentionalcoaching.online. I'm Priya B, and I'm a trauma-informed, ICF-accredited, NLP-trained personal strategy coach. And welcome to the latest live stream. One of the key things I love about doing this co-working live stream with people online is that it allows me to connect with consistency, and hopefully through this process I get to help others connect with consistency as well, because consistency to me is a really resourceful reframe of criterion for success. And that happens to be the theme for tonight's live stream. It's all about redefining and refining one's criterion for success. When we talk about success, how far do we define success by narratives and beliefs that we might have acquired second-handedly through experiences or through others' opinions or through situations that might no longer exist, right? When we talk about success as a concept, what does it actually mean? The reality is success means different things for different people. And when we find ourselves locked to a certain definition of success, that leaves little wiggle room for redefining the criterion and making it more resourceful and constructive for our sense of self and our actions and our decisions and our choices, and which become more of an inhibitor towards moving forward towards an outcome by triggering our fears and our anxieties and our insecurities. That's when one can tap into structures that might be revealed through understanding more about neuro-linguistic programming. So let's use the space today to redefine and refine our definition of success. Success means so many things to so many people, and yet do those meanings really help people have the experience of success? Because rather than turn success into a score or into some kind of cold calculation or measure of gains, why not turn success into an experience, into a subjective experience? Make success more about how you feel on the inside rather than how others feel about you. This allows you to develop your ability and your intuition to keep checking in within where you're at with your experience of success. Success ideally should be your journey towards feeling a sense of alignment and fulfillment with who you are and what you wish to manifest in the world around you. That, to me, is a resourceful connection with the idea and the notion of success. And to me, that represents a way of using structure and an understanding of your experience as a human being in this world to really create a definition of success that is bountiful, that is limitless, that is joyful, and that brings out the best in you, even in your own way of looking at things. Now that I've laid out the theme for today's co-working space and the possibilities that come from making success an inward journey rather than one that's externally referenced, let's start, as I had mentioned before, with something routine, just to settle ourselves into a rhythm of focus. And from there, after 20 minutes, we'll take a break, and then we'll take on a slightly higher level task that requires more concentration and more energy and more commitment from us. A key part of doing that routine task at the beginning of working in a meditative manner is knowing when to stop. I had reached a point I had noticed where I would have kept going because I'd sort of fallen into this rhythm that lulled me into a sense of comfort. And the problem with getting too comfortable with something is you then start to activate your limbic system, which wants you to stay safe and comfortable, right? This is that part of our brain that is risk averse and prevents us from pushing beyond our comfort zone. Now, I'm noticing that experience of wanting to stick to this comfortable routine task of just clicking my way through my inbox and clearing my emails. Yet, the whole point of doing work with focus in a meditative way is also to allow room to do something that's a little bit beyond the comfort zone. In this context, for me, that would involve pushing ahead in my studies and allowing new knowledge to enter my mind and my awareness and shape my thinking and take it beyond what I'm used to. For me, learning is a way of moving from the familiar to the unfamiliar at every level. I change as I learn, I evolve as I learn, my neurons shift as I learn, and there is that part of my brain that might be resistant to it and wants me to keep doing this predictable task of emailing. So what I'm going to do is now that I'm consciously aware of my tendency as of now to cling to the comfort zone of simply doing emails, now that I've caught myself, I'm now going to click off my email. I'm going to walk up and down my room just to shift the blood flow and get myself a little more charged up than I am now for the next level of work, a little bit more challenging, a little bit more transformational, and it's going to be all about learning. In your case, guys, maybe you can text in the comments what represents the next level of work for you as you dive deeper into turning work into a meditative and transformational journey for yourself.